All right, guys, how you guys doing? I'm going to teach you the multiplying polynomials, but the vertical method. I think the other teachers are teaching other methods, but I think this is the better one. It's easier to remember instead of FOIL, first, outer, inner, last. I can never remember that, so I just do it like this. Let's say you have 23 times 45, right? If you can remember that, right? And let's say that you have 2x plus 3 times 4x minus 5, just to keep it, switching it up. Now, you notice that I got the 2 and the 3, the 2 and the 3, the 4 and the 5, the 4 and the 5, right? The same way. So in which we do this is how we're going to do this one. So let's say that I'm going to multiply 5 and 3 and 5 and 2, right? So you end up with 5 times 3 is 15, carry the 1. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11, right? Well, guess what? Pretty much the same. I'm going to multiply the 5 times 3 and the 5 times 2. And guess what you get? You get negative 15. Now, unlike on the left side, you're not going to carry over. Whatever you get, you just keep it. You're not going to carry the 1 on the 15. 5 times 2, negative 5 times positive 2 is negative 10x, right? So we did that. Now, once we do that, we're going to take care of the front number. So 4 times 3 and 4 times 2. But we are going to put an empty spot here, just like with the multiplication. 4 times 3 is 12. I'm going to carry the 1. And then 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1 is 9, right? Well, same thing I'm going to do here. 4 times 3 and 4 times 2. 4 times 3 is positive 12. And you got to keep those signs there. Very important that you keep the signs. 4 times 2 is 8. X times x is x squared. Okay. Now you're done with the multiplication part. All you have to do now is the addition part, right? So we're going to take care of 5, 3, and 10. Here on the right side, we're not going to call it adding, simply adding. Well, you could, but we're going to do what we call CLT, combine like terms. Now, the 8x squared doesn't have anybody to combine with, but, and the negative 15 doesn't either. But right here, you are going to get the like terms lined up. And that's one thing I really like about this is that you can line things up. You don't have to, with the FOIL method, everything is horizontal and you got to find your combine like terms. But in here, we're just going to go ahead and get positive 2x because it's a subtraction, right? So that's how easy that is. And a lot of times people think, oh, Mr. C, that looks like more writing than the FOIL method. Count the number of terms you're going to write. You'll find out that it's exactly the same. Now, why do I like this method so much? Because let's say that it's a trinomial. 1, 2, 3 times 4, 5, right? Let's say that you have x squared times plus 2x minus 3 times 4x minus 5, right? And this is why I like it so much, because I don't have to remember the FOIL method with trinomials. FOIL method with trinomials is even more complicated. But this one allows me to do exactly what I need to do. So you multiply these two together, I end up with positive 15. Multiply these two together, I end up with negative 10x. I'll multiply those two together, I end up with negative 5x squared. Okay. Now that I'm done with those, I'm going to take care of the 4. 4 times negative 3 is negative 12x. There's a 0 right there, but we don't need it. And then 4 times 2 is 8, positive. X times x, x squared. And again, do you see how nicely those terms line up, right? The like terms, the 10x and the 12x line up. The 5x squared with the 8x squared line up. And that's one of the benefits of this. It keeps it well organized. 4 times x squared is 4x cubed. There's 3 of them. There's square. There's a square right there. And then there's the x right here. And those two together make 3. Okay. Now that I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and combine like terms. Drop it like it's hot because there's nobody else to combine with. Drop it like it's hot because you got to combine with anybody else. But this is the beauty right here. Check it out. We are going to combine like terms. And look at this. This is like terms. And these are like terms. See that? And they're lined up. So negative 5 plus 8 is positive 3x squared. And negative 10 minus 12x is negative 22x. Right? So again, you see how easy that is when it's done just like you would any other multiplication. All right. Well, that's it for me. I mean, I can show you what you would do if it was just 2x and x minus 7 or something like that. That's just a distribution though. But again, you could have written it like this and it would be the same. Oh, I'm sorry. You could have written it like this and it would be the same thing, right? 2x negative 14x, and then my pencil's not working. 2x squared, same thing. All right, so now you can distribute. Anyways, hopefully this helped you out. If you have any questions, ask any of our teachers, and we'll try to answer for you. Peace.